Hi everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome back. We are on to the next part. This is featuring super simple number 3, and I have grouped everything as usual. This is our background piece. So on this one, and I think I've mostly inked everyone. Some of them I didn't because they seem to have plenty of ink on them. Did I do that? I think I did. Alright, so I'm not going to worry about that. This is a pocket, and I am going to attach this on 3 sides. I should have primed the glue. I am sorry about that. There we go. Okay, that gets attached to the bottom. Like that. Making sure there's nothing. Oh, and the first thing I did was, and you'll want to start with this, I have these are 1-inch punches. There's 3 sets. There's butterfly ones like this, and then there's these that have, like, I guess it's a book page or advertisement on them, and then there's the stripes. For the stripes, we're going to use them for the closing of these doors. And so what I did was I took a background, this is off of the back of a paper pad from Dollar Tree, and I just punched a couple of extra. The 1-inch punch is perfect for this, and I stacked them up. So 2 of these and the one that's on 110-pound cardstock, and I let those glue. I did that yesterday or the day before. They're nice and sturdy now. And then I punched a hole, not really in the middle, but close enough, and there's going to be an eyelet in there, and that's going to get attached. So you'll want to do that probably first. But back to this piece. We're putting our pocket on, and then we're putting this corner piece on. All of this is included in the Super Simples number 3 by Anna over at Pink Monarch Prints. And then I've got a couple of pieces here. This was one of the extra cutouts, so I just made an extra tag. This was on one of her tags. I saw it and I thought it looked cute, so I'm going to include that, and that will go in this pocket. And then this, I think I'll just get that out of the way. I've got all these little extra ties from the last project, so I think I'll just use one of these to go in there. Like that. Don't need it so long. That can go behind this one. Like I said, I don't want to get way down in there because I don't want them to get stuck in that wet glue. That it should dry rather quickly. Alright, and then this, I'll move that up because I want to glue this along the bottom. And I think I'm going to just do it from there. That won't take too much away from that pocket. And then I have this, oops, a little heavy on the ink there, but that's okay. This extra butterfly punch that I'm going to stick down here as well. Okay, so that goes in, those will go in that pocket. Okay, so then the next part, let me take this off for a second. The next part here are these somewhat French doors. So what you're going to do is fold them in half, slightly inside. You want to make sure that this closes nice and flat. And what I did was I lined it up with this when I folded it, and then I came back and trimmed that down just a bit. It's not going to go inside of here. It's going to actually attach to the back here. But the first thing we're going to do is glue these closed. So I'm just going to come along here. Okay, keeping that flap out. And I did ink in here because a little bit of that's going to show. Keep that flap out because that's how we're going to attach it to the back piece. I got a lot of ooze. Let's clean that off. If you clean it off now, you won't have to worry about it. However, like I said, I did these a couple days ago, and I do have some glue. It's still somewhat soft and stretchy. So you can either come in here with a pair of scissors and trim off that glue, or what I find better is I'll come along here and kind of use my nail file, and then when I come along here with the ink, that's going to work nicely with that oozy glue, and just kind of file it off, but it also gives me a little extra tooth for where to put that ink. Okay, but if you're just got the new ooze, you can usually rub that right off really quickly. It does cure permanently after a couple of days. So let's try putting a little less glue this time. Just enough. Okay. There we go. Okay, so before I attach these, I think it'll be easier to do this little these little circle things. So I think I am going to punch this hole now. I measured this 3 inches up and a ½ an inch in, but I'm going to make the hole slightly past where my mark is. And the reason for that is, and I'm using this where I have it set, which is ½ an inch plus a click. My ode to Patricia. So anyway, I'm just going to put this on here. Let's see, hopefully this is not too thick and I can get that attached. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. And then I am going to put my stripes sideways. And we'll get this on here and squeeze it down. Okay, so let's repeat that here. Put my stripes sideways. And squish it down. Yeah. Okay. So then I'm going to take, where did I do with that? Probably only need, let's see, 1, 2. I'm going to do about 12 inches of this. I think that would be more, and then I'll trim it down. More than enough. So this is how this is going to go, like this. So we're going to put glue on this flap. And I think I'm going to take this stuff out of the pocket temporarily. I am going to align it with the bottom. And like that. And I'm doing it closed so that I know it's going to stay closed. I need to adjust it a smidge if I can. Don't want it up that high. There we go. Same thing on this one. I do want to make sure that's good and glued down. This is the side that's going to be attached to the page, so it's not going to show. Repeat with the other side. And you have a little bit of wiggle room with this glue, so plenty of time to get it where you need it to be. There will be a little gap in the middle, and that's fine with me. I'm going to take this one, or maybe I'll do it this side. Looks like this one's a little thicker. Just want to get it under there and tie a knot. Leave myself a little bit more room there. A little tight. And it's unraveling. Don't want that to happen. There we go. Oh, all of a sudden when I turn the camera on, everything is fiddly. Okay, now I'm going to trim this little piece off, and this will go around like this. I'm just checking to see if I have enough, and I think that's going to be just about perfect. Okay, so let's set that aside for a minute. Well, let's not. Let's decorate the front. Okay, I want to put a piece of lace down here. Like so. Just a little extra something something. I want to get my fingers all gluey. Although I will tell you, exactly like the hand sanitizer takes the Fabri-Tac off of the mat, it will take it off your fingers. So soap and water doesn't always work. I usually spend, you know, like the next couple of hours peeling glue off my fingers, because even washing them doesn't get all the glue off, but the hand sanitizer will. A little bit of hand sanitizer, rub it, comes right off. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of ink on this, and then he's going to kind of get glued off the edge. So I'm going to, let's see, yeah, I'm going to put glue up to about right here. Double check. There we go. I'm going to double check that I'm recording. All is well. So I have 15 minutes left. That's good. Okay, let's trim this butterfly off. And then ink this edge here. And let's see, I have this. Says your story. And I think I'm just going to put that right through the middle and on the edge. Like so. Okay, so let's open this back up because we have stuff to do on the inside. And okay, so these, I'm going to stick that in there for now just so it's out of the way. I don't remember if, I think that goes in here because we have this one that'll go inside. So let's let's do that real quick. So this is just a collage tag. Well, first of all, this is a pocket. Okay, so we're going to glue it as a pocket. I think she did hers as a notepad, and that was fun too, but I like the idea of having an extra pocket. So I'm going to just glue on both sides. It comes as one long piece. Okay, so there's your pocket, and I think that goes inside here. And then what we're going to do is make a tag to go inside that pocket while it's drying. So I don't remember exactly how she did this, but we're going to make it up as we go. Don't have to do it exactly the same. I'm just going to layer that right in the middle. And we're going to use this for a topper. And put that right about there. I guess I should flip that around so the writing is right side up. Come down a little bit more. Like I said, you've got wiggle room. I did ink this side of the paper as well. It looks like it's crooked. I'm trying to, I don't know if I cut it crooked or if I glued it crooked or folded it crooked. I think that's better. Okay, and here's another butterfly that we'll just add to this front here. I'm killing the antennae. Take that bunch of glue off of there. And put it so that it fits inside that tag. I don't want anything hanging off. Still have too much glue. I want them to glue down, but I don't necessarily want glue all over it. So let me rub that off. You see it kind of goes up under the edge, the lip there. And that might be a dot that's on that image, so sometimes you can't tell. All right, and then this says this moment. Come on. And can you tell I like to put things on the left or on the right? I'll try to put this one on the left here. Line it up with the edge of that inside piece. There we go. Okay, so that tag is going to go inside. This pocket. And maybe I might put a thumb hole there. You know, I might need to trim this down. This is going to be awfully tight. I probably didn't keep my glue close enough to the edge. Where's my bone folder? There, that works. Okay. So then that goes inside there. All right, so here we have these little things, and this is a little confusing to explain. So I had to play with this a little bit. But basically this comes I'll open this one so you can see. This comes as a full sheet. There's 2 of these to make 2 pockets. Oh, I already glued it down. Okay, so it's double-sided, and you cut the strip out. So it's about 4 inches wide, and what is that? 10 inches long, something like that. Yeah, and so the way that it makes a pocket is a little confusing. So this piece I measured 3 inches. Okay, so that folded down 3 inches. And then basically I folded this up 1.5 inches. That's where I started. And then I opened this and folded this up till it made about 1/2 inch here and here. Okay, and I know that is not very good instructions. Feel free to look at Anna's video, but basically you're just kind of folding it to make a pocket. And then to glue these sides, you're just going to come along here, get that piece off, along the edge here, and fold that up. Then you've got this pocket here, which is not as deep, so little glue here, little glue here, and we're going to fold that back up. And I think I went a smidge crooked, but I'm not going to worry about it. Just play with it till it works, and then this folds down like that. Okay, now I went ahead, because this piece is sticking up, I went ahead and glued this piece down because it doesn't serve any purpose, but that will help me know which way to glue it. Now, this is going to be a couple of pockets. This folds down. This paper clip is going to attach to the top to keep it closed. So to attach this to this page, we want to glue, hold on. Okay, we want to go very close and very thin on the edge, on the back side, and on the bottom. Okay, I'm gonna let that get a little tacky, and then I'm just going to attach it to the bottom here, centering about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. It will just cover it'll just cover that eyelet, so I hope that's not an issue. Probably should have made that a little bit higher, but let's see. This is one of the paper clips that I did ahead of time so I could play with it, and it does get stiff enough, and then this goes back here like this. That is going to cause a problem with that eyelet. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a little piece of micropore over that eyelet because I'm not going to be putting anything through it. But I don't want that rubbing on that. Let's see if that helps. Although that's going to be sticky on the other side, so I'm going to have to put something inside there, like a bead or something. Okay, now let's stick this back. My glue's all dry. Oh, I'm having it upside down. All right, make sure you have it right way up. You want the flap to go up at the top. Okay. And there again, just going to center that there. And I'm going to let that dry before I put anything in that pocket. But you can see that the micropore just disappears. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Well, that's not big enough. Let's do a little bit bigger piece. has to actually cover the eyelet and those little flowery pieces there. Okay. This one I've already stuffed with some pieces of ephemera that have just been folded in half. And that's been folded in half. These two have not. But I do want to ink a couple of these. Yeah, I think I inked the other pieces. I get interrupted sometimes. Anybody else ever get interrupted? If it's not the dog or the solar guys, or lately the kids been selling candy. It'll be my kids, the phone, it's always something. Alright, so let's put that one down like that. And I just want to hold that for a second. And then inside this pocket, like I said, is just some pieces of ephemera that have been folded. Just little secret places to write. I want to ink that piece on the inside. I have this thing about the stark white when there's so much ink, and I think I'll stick that inside there. And then when this lays down, you see that'll pop up, and so that's why we have this, and that goes there inside, because there's a paper clip in there. And don't want to go all the way down, maybe leave about a 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch at the top, and that will keep that closed. So while this is drying over here, let me show you how to make this one. And then I did have a bunch of pieces left over, which was fun. There was this one, Enjoy the Journey, Make Today Beautiful. There is another number and looks like some kind of certificate of honor. So yeah, those can be used somewhere else. Okay, so this is easy. There are 2 pieces that come with the kit that are long rectangles, and you just fold them in half. You put the paper clip. You could use a smaller one, would probably work better, but since I did the larger one, I'm going to go ahead and do the larger one again. And I'm putting glue. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do one side at a time. So I'm just going to put glue on one side here. A little heavy because I want it to stay. And put that on top. It does stick up a little bit because the paper clip, you know, takes up space. I'm going to turn it to the other side and do this side now. And I am going to use clips to adhere this, or keep it tight so that I don't have to stand here and hold it. Okay, almost done here. Almost made it to my 29 minutes. I use these clips just to hold this for a few minutes so that it could, you know, attach real well. And take that off. And I'm just going to run a piece of lace across the bottom here. Oops. I want it to hang off a little bit. So, let's see, right there, how to do it. And I cleaned off my scissors from the micro pour, so they should work. Yes. Okay. And then I have this little piece, make sure the words are right way up. And I'm just gonna pop that at the end of that. Pop those clips back on there really quick. That's not a flat surface with that paper clip underneath it. But really quick, I'm going to come over here and put just a smidge of glue in there, and then put this little flat back pearl. Ah, darn it. Oh, I've got to find my tweezers. There we go. Right, just right inside that hole. Yeah, and press it down. I've already done this one. So, okay. And that should keep anything from sticking to that glue, because, I mean, you could have put glitter in there, I guess, that would have worked. But because I have that piece of micropore on there, I am going to take this piece out temporarily, and you need to be able to get this out. So this is a little tricky. That's why you don't want to push it all the way down. I'm just going to leave it up like that. And I have that. Take that lace out. So same thing here. I'm not going to stick it all the way down for now. You don't even really need it to go all the way down. You just need it to hold that little flap and your little hiding space there. So I don't necessarily want to pull this piece of lace off, so I've got to be careful. And I'm just gonna tuck that right there for the moment, and there we go. So then I'll be able to slide those down once everything's nice and dry. So that goes there. That goes there. It is a little bit chunky, but that's okay. And then I'm just going to go around and around like that. Well, maybe I need to do like a crazy 8. It's still a little tight, so that'll help loosen it up. There we go. Okay, so there we go with super simple number 3, and I hope you'll check out Anna's channel and her Etsy store. All the links that you need are in the description box below, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.